Hello to all the fellow amazing investors out there. Today, I wish to have a chat with you today about mortgage payout penalties. And I think right now it is important for us to have this chat because at this moment, interest rates are lower than they have been in quite some time. And with that being said, that's going to cause a few payout penalties that you might not be quite aware of. So I want to have a quick chat with you about them and how you can calculate them so you're more prepared for when you do your switches, your transfers, or when you sell your properties. So there are two types of payout penalties that lenders are going to calculate on. One is the 3-month interest rate interest rate payout penalty, which most people are aware of this one, but we're going to talk about it anyway. And then the next one, which is a little bit more difficult and actually is going to bite you in the butt a little bit more often, is the IRD, interest rate differential. And this one is very important right now because it is taken into account when interest rates drop, which they have right now. So I want everyone to be aware of how we're going to be calculating this one. Now, lenders are only going to charge you one or the other. But the trick is they're going to charge you whatever is the greater of the two. So if 3-month interest rate is going to be higher, they're going to charge you that. Or if IRD is higher, they're going to charge you that one. So let's look at a quick scenario, and then let's talk about how we calculate these payout penalties. So we have the scenario of an outstanding mortgage balance of $200,000, and the annual interest rate on that is about 4%, which is what is not too far off what interest rates were the last couple of years. Now, the number of months left on this property is a 36 months or 3 years left on a 5-year term. Okay, so we're selling this property at year 2. Now, the current posted rates for the mortgage with the 36-month term, so that's the same length that we have left over, is offered by your lender at 2%. So that's important too. That's going to be calculating that IRD. So the 3-month interest payout penalty is going to go like this. So we have our mortgage amount of $200,000 times our annual interest rate, which is 4%. So we're going to multiply that, 200,000 times 0.04, which is going to give us $8,000. So that's the interest rate per year that we pay. Now we're going to take our interest rate per year and we're going to divide that by 12. And that's going to come out to our interest per month, which in this case is $666.67. Now we're going to take that $666.67 and we're going to multiply that by the 3-month. So that makes it to a $2,000 payout penalty. All right, this one most of us have all paid because it works really well when you're moving from one similar interest rate into another, okay, or into a higher rate, then you're not going to be penalized. So what lenders want to do is like, okay, we're not going to lose any money, so we're not going to charge you a lot of money to break the mortgage. This is where it really gets interesting here, is this interest rate differential, so IRD. Again, we love acronyms, don't we? So what we want to do is take our current rate at that 4% and minus the new percent, so which is that 2%, which gives us, in this case, 2%. So that's the difference, that interest rate differential is that 2%. Okay, so again, the same scenario, we have that $200,000. Now we're going to multiply by that IRD, that 2%, and that's going to give us $4,000. Now we take that $4,000 and we're going to divide it by 12, which is going to give us $333.33. Okay, now we take that $333.33, and now this is where it gets interesting. We're going to multiply that by what's left over in the term. So in this case, 36 months, which works out to $12,000. Now lenders are going to charge you that $12,000 versus that, what was it, $2,000 earlier, because they're going to make more money, because in this case you're breaking the term to get into a lower interest rate, so they're losing money down the road. So banks are in to make money, so that's what they're going to do. So this is when you really want to worry about this, is when interest rates have dropped and you're having to leave the property, move, sell, or if you're looking at doing some other investments or you're going to get your money out. This is when you want to really watch for that IRD. This happened to me one time. We were sold a it was a rent-to-own property, and same scenario. We had done 2 years of a 5-year term. We had 36 months left. We ended up having to pay about $15,000 in IRD, interest rate differential, because from the time we got to the mortgage to the time we sold, interest rates had dropped and the lender was going to lose some money, so we ended up paying it. In the end, the whole deal was a wash because the money we had paid down on the mortgage versus the interest rate differential payment made it a wash, which is really not that great, but we have to be aware of this. So make sure you're aware of what's happening in the market. We don't have that magic 8-ball to know, oh my God, interest rates are going to go down or up or whatever, but just be cognitive at the back of your mind what's happening. Now, if you are going to have to be, in the next little while, getting out of a property, mortgage is coming due, or you're going to transfer or do an equity takeout, plan ahead. Take some time and talk to either your mortgage broker or your lender and find out what your payout penalty will be and see if there's any other exit strategies you can use. There's an example of you can port the mortgage, which means you take that mortgage amount and you put it onto another property. So that might save you some payout penalties, especially if you're in the process of building your portfolio. This might work very well and save you, getting rid of that interest rate differential payment. And when you're doing your initial numbers, make sure you account for some sort of payout penalties. So again, I just want to have a quick chat with you today about payout penalties and really highlight that IRD so you are aware of it. Thank you so much from us, from Abundant Investors, and have an amazing day. Take care. And again, if you have any questions, message us. Bye.